Hello and welcome to Patched. I'm your host, Paul James. Today I'm joined by the returning Matto Phillips. How was Western Australia, mate?
Hot.
Hot.
Really hot.
Really?
Just hot. Really, yeah, no, surprisingly hot. The only cold time there was is when that stupid eclipse happened
Oh, yeah, okay. And it was for
for
like a
60
minute.
seconds. For a minute. It was the only cold time there was. Other than that,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you would
hot.
have been over there for that, whereas like there was far more that you could see there than what you could see here. So you timed the trip well in terms of actually seeing something like that.
I was fishing, so I didn't really care. Damo's favourite activity while the eclipse was happening, I thought I'd just go
Favorite
fishing.
activity in video games?
Yes, Damo's favourite activity in video games and real life.
Yeah, she doesn't mind
He
fishing
will,
in
he
real
will,
life. Yeah,
he will absolutely agree with that if you ask him.
that's a good point. Actually, he doesn't mind throwing the line out.
The old rod out. No, no.
Did
Throw the
you?
old fishing line out.
He's spent plenty of time getting the old rod out over the years too. So, I guess before we get into today's episode, which for anyone who's didn't check out the title and just click through because this is must watch viewing, and you don't even care what we're going to talk about, we're going to discuss Activision, Xbox yet again. Did you play much while you were away? Did you bring a Switch?
Yeah,
I
played. Yeah, I did take the Switch over because it was. I'll say it was a long flight and a long drive, but I couldn't play the Switch while I was driving. But I could do it on flight. That's not even a word. Flight. Flight is not a word.
That's right.
Flowed. Just played a lot of Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah, good. You love it?
Yeah,
It's such
fantastic. It's a brilliant game. It's like Luigi Mansion 2, but better.
Even better. And Luigi's Mansion 2 was a GOTY level game that year. It's just that was that 2012 or 2013?
I don't know. It was a long time ago. All I know was on the DS.
Yeah, hang on. Luigi's Mansion 2. Yeah, it was 2013, which is why I genuinely thought that was one of the best games of the year, but then it came out the same year as GTA and BioShock Infinite and The Last of Us, so it was kind of dead. What a shame. It started.
Would have won Game of the Year if those three big games did not come out. Happen. Just didn't arrive.
Just show a bit of respect for Luigi. But Luigi's Mansion 3, even better. So I don't even know what my excuse was. 2019. Hell, that really probably should have been my number one in 2019, because there was jack shit come out in 2019 outside of...
Wasn't there something good that came?
Resident Evil 2 remake.
Was Last of Us Part 2?
No, that was 2020.
Was that the year before? The 2020.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion, you had Resident Evil 2, you had Control, you had Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So it was still a pretty good year, but it's definitely not 2013. But anyway, we'll save all the conversations about Luigi's Mansion and all the other stuff you've been playing, and I guess you'll have 2 months worth of stuff to discuss when we get to the patched updates at the end of May. But as I said before, we've got an update on the Xbox Activision acquisition situation. It's one that seems to have really kind of changed the face of the entire scenario. Because the UK board, and I've gone blank on their name, the CMA, or is that the European one?
I don't know anymore.
I'll have to check games industry to make sure I get my acronyms right. But basically, they rejected it. They shot the acquisition down as a result of the cloud situation, which was interesting. I think for a lot of people, because I think most people figured if it was going to get banned, it wasn't going to be because of the cloud, that it was going to be because of the case that Crying Jim had been putting up about Call of Duty and the actual game side of things. But it turns out they've rejected on as a result of it was the CMA on behalf of the cloud situation. So I guess the simple top level question is is the acquisition doomed? Because this is on top of the FTC expressing their pretty serious concerns back in December as well.
I don't know. I just want it to end. It's never going to end.
No.
I mean, the never-ending story didn't even go for this long, and
that's never ending.
And it ended, out of all things.
Because the important thing is that this is on top of the fact that the FTC, which is the American one, they didn't approve it either. So out of kind of the three biggest governing bodies of this stuff, so the American, the UK, and then the broader European one, 2 out of the 3 have rejected it, and the EU one just hasn't made its decision public, or hasn't made it public yet. So they're 2 out of 3. So so far, and
that's bad.
That's not a good sign.
That's bad.
They have
That's
vowed
bad.
to contest the whole thing, and I feel like maybe with the cloud stuff, that might be an easier one for them to argue. Okay, yeah, sure, we'll compromise on this, we'll do that, whatever, and that's it, done. But yeah, it's not a good sign, I guess, for Xbox. But they seem pretty keen to fight it. So, I guess do you think it's over or? Well, no, it's obviously not over. But do you think they'll end up with Activision, or do you think they'll lose at this point?
Eventually, matter of when, it'll be 2050 by the time this goes through, at the rate, and then Sony's just coming in and coming under them, just buying other studios.
Aren't they doing it? Like they're doing an awesome job. Like if
just
you're
doing
a fan of Sony, and if you're kind of on their financial side, they're doing an amazing job in the meantime.
Well, all this has happened, and just going, oh hey, let's go buy this studio,
Yeah,
and then go buy this studio.
Well, and since the CMA decision, PlayStation's had its, or like Sony, sorry, has had its annual kind of end of fiscal year financial reading, or like financial call, and they said that they're increasing their acquisition budget by 20%. I'm like, okay, you guys are making sure that while Xbox or Microsoft is kind of caught up, stuck in this one, and really unable to buy anyone else, that you're just going to try and pick everyone off. Which is, it's smart.
Or pick everyone off, or pay other third-party developers to not be on Games Pass.
Well, yeah, could be that too. But clearly the CMA doesn't mind that, and the FTC don't mind that.
No, because they're too focused on the old Activision Blizzard, the cloud, this thing called the cloud that they probably don't know.
They wouldn't understand any of it.
They wouldn't know what the cloud is. It's like
we
the
don't
IT
like it,
crowd.
but Microsoft's owning too much of it, so we're gonna shake our fist at the cloud. Old man shaking fist at the cloud, and
if anyone's ever watched the IT crowd, it's the internet, the thing called the internet. The internet. And you cannot touch the internet.
I'm not. I guess I'm not sold on the idea that it's over yet, because if they were focusing on the actual Call of Duty and the game side of things, then I would have thought their case would be really hard, because they've kind of said, okay, we'll offer all these deals. We are offering all these deals. The only one that's not applied to so far is PlayStation. It's not because we didn't offer it; it's because they rejected it. So it's not like we weren't willing. So the fact that it's based on the cloud thing, like I feel like that is one that they can kind of tweak their policies a little bit, what they plan to do to open things up and maybe get it through a little bit easier. But it is 2 out of 3, and if the EU one does come through and reject it as well, then I feel like it's just, as much as they've got all the money in the world, it's just too much money to be throwing around, and just not probably worth their time at that particular point. You just cop it. You pay out I think it's $3 billion that they would have to pay out to Activision just for the deal falling through, and go your separate ways. And then if you're Xbox at that point, you'd go absolutely scorched earth. Like you would take all that $69 billion, or I guess $66 billion, once you probably take what you have to
buy
give,
all the ones
just start
Sony
scooping
wants.
everything up. Yeah, you just start going for it. Like, okay, well, they didn't play ball with us, but we'll go a smaller publisher. Let's grab Capcom. Let's go grab this. Let's go grab this developer.
It's like, okay, Sony, let's play your game then, and just start buying all the small little developers.
Yeah.
Can't complain then, because you're doing it as well.
And because they had, Microsoft had a financial call this week as well. They kind of revealed that their console sales are down year on year, but which is perhaps unsurprising, but their online service revenue is quite a way up, because it's really just everyone's subscribing to Game Pass, and that probably shows that there's more people adopting on PC. There's some people who will straight up do it through the cloud, which, like, I've messed around with that, and I guess something that we haven't discussed yet, because we're both on holidays, but like I was playing a lot of stuff through the cloud while I took my family off to Phillip Island over the break. I remote played with my PS5 from Phillip Island all the way over to here. I just connected over the internet, done. I played xCloud, just streamed the game straight to my phone, and like that one's even that stuff's even better, because it's
the people who are concerned about Australia's internet not being able to do it.
Yeah, we can totally do it. So
So what was something that didn't? Oh, the Steeder, but no one cares about that thing
Yeah.
anymore.
Like I had some troubles with the PlayStation 1, and that's simply because when it comes to PlayStation streaming situation, is it does actually still need to connect to the console. It's not like you're streaming the game in from the cloud itself. It's just connecting to your console remotely, and then beaming it back and forth. And the lag was just non-existent. But I'll stop preaching about remote play because I've been doing a lot of it lately. But like it's certainly a market for them to go after, and yeah, it'll be all the stuff that you said. Try and pick off the small developers, maybe even grab a publisher or two, but also they'll just start throwing money at third-party exclusives. Like they'll look and go, well, if that's a game you want to play, is insane to PlayStation. If that's a game you want to play, where you'll lock down Final Fantasy VII, you'll lock down Forspoken, you'll lock down this.
Imagine them doing it with Call of Duty, just saying up yours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they won't because the whole thing is that it would cost them money if they didn't. But maybe they do it for a year just to kind of give
just for a joke, just for a joke, just to have a joke. Like, hey, there you go, Soda. You can have your GTA 5 as your #1 seller.
Yeah.
For the 400th week in a row.
I mean, they could turn around and go after someone like 2K or Take Two after that. Like they might go, okay, so you don't want us picking up the biggest publisher in the world, so we'll go for like the third or fourth. Second, third, fourth. Because EA, I think, is second. Rockstar. And yeah, you scoop up Rockstar in the meantime, and holy shit, like that. I think that has more impact. As much as Activision might be the biggest, I feel like that has more impact than what Call of Duty would.
Because that would make you more dollary dues in 3 days than what?
Yeah. That said, it could also be a case of you might find yourself in the same situation with GTA where Microsoft legit can't afford to drop PlayStation because they'd be burning too much money. So,
like I said, it keeps being in that top 10 for the last, I don't know, was it 10 years? It came out almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, it continues to just linger there. Red Dead's always thereabouts as well. Not quite as high, but it's always thereabouts. It's kind of amazing.
GTA money. That GTA money in their online thing.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you get part of it from there'll be new people picking up GTA for the first time here, there, and everywhere, but also you get people who fucking little teenagers who get their accounts banned for being arseholes on GTA, and then they have to go re-buy the game again, or because they don't have access anymore. Like it's because maybe they bought it digitally in the first place, and their account gets killed by PlayStation because of their bullshit behavior, and then I don't know. It's a weird one. So they better just keep relying on. In the meantime, they better just keep hoping that Starfield works out, that Redfall works out. I can't say anything about Redfall. There's an embargo lifting in about, as of when this episode goes live, about 3 hours from now.
Well, I can say anything about Redfall because I have no embargo because I haven't played it yet.
You can say whatever you like. But,
all I can say is it's a 77 gig game because it downloaded for me
gig?
last night for the pre-release, so it's ready to go. So, we'll get on to that. But I was almost blown away of Jedi Survivor
150
of an update, 130. I got 130 gig plus 20 gig on the disc. I thought, wow.
The whole thing is insane.
It's crazy. I just thought, oh yeah, this is what update. I was understanding it was going to be an update or something. I thought, yeah, cool. No, I said it's going to update. Then I saw the word 100 gig. I was like, what? Like, This is Call of Duty territory right here. This is unheard
That's what Halo Infinite did, where basically Halo was like the disc was just a what's the word I'm looking for? It's just like kind of proof of purchase, like a receipt, so that when you put it in, it go, okay, cool, it validates you own this thing, and download the entire game because nothing was on the disc. It was, I feel like that's a whole conversation for another day at this point. And also, I wonder how long it'll be before people crack the shits at that and start to go, no, like if you're having issues and Blu-rays can only hold 100 gig, fucking give us a second disc. Like do the old data.
Go back to the old 2 disc.
Which is what you saw.
Or do what
Red Dead.
Do what Nintendo does, or what Nintendo does. Just gives you the old SD card.
Well, yeah, there's
that holds more than a disc.
That's true as well.
I don't know the quality of it, but Redfall. Can you yes or no? Can you say yes or no?
I can't say anything actually, simply because as of the time that we record this, I actually haven't started playing it.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you how was the 30 frames a second going, but we can't answer that.
Can't even comment one way or the other anyway. But actually, as of the time we record, I haven't started. As soon as I get back inside after this, I'll be starting to play. So,
when does that come out? It's like
Tuesday,
this week.
Tuesday? No, May 2nd, whatever day that is.
May 2nd is
that the day that this episode goes live?
It is a Tuesday.
Yes, the day this episode goes live. So Redfall is actually out now for people. It's just that I'm stuck under an embargo for about 3 more hours, according to when this episode goes up. So, sorry, people. But yeah, anyway, they might have to rely pretty heavily on their Bethesda stuff. They might have to rely on actually some of their studios sorting their own shit out. But of course, even since we did our Xbox Had a Bad Week episode a fortnight ago, things have kind of gotten worse. In the sense that, we found out where Joseph Staten went. He went to Netflix. Someone else who was kind of his 2IC left as well. Yeah, he went to Netflix Games, which is something they kind of grow as well. They got Night School, which is the team that did Oxenfree as an indie dev. That's kind of the first team they picked up, but then they're just gradually building from there. So look out for Netflix in the near future. You legit if you own Netflix, you actually don't need to spend a cent to get any of their games. So
good.
You just
Because all their TV shows.
play them on the app on your phone. So it's growing, and I'm sure that'll start to become the Netflix app on the TV at some point in the future. But we'll see what happens when they get there. Anyway, the things I don't know. It's a pretty rough time to be an Xbox person at the moment. It just feels like and despite the fact that PlayStation has legit done nothing, they are not fighting back. They have not had their big rumored showcase yet, which is supposed to happen this month. But they have done nothing yet. And yet, Xbox is just stepping on rakes everywhere.
The only thing they did was just buy Fireworks Studio. They got
Firewalk.
That's all they did.
And they announced that Horizon 3 is a thing, which we all knew based on how Horizon 2 ends. But everyone's super surprised because, I don't know, they must have
dickheads are review bombing.
Oh, well, yeah,
dickheads are review bombing the DLC.
The DLC.
For some reason. What happened in that DLC?
I won't go spoilers for it because...
Was there another lesbian kiss? There wasn't there? There was.
No comment.
Of course, that's the only review bomb things that people do.
Yeah, it's just anything LGBT that kind of upsets the fuckwits at the moment. So there's that situation. But even then, totally out of their control, and people will still get the DLC because Horizon's awesome. But they can't really get a win at the moment. Xbox. What do they need to do? What needs to happen next to actually set things right? Is it legit just Starfield and Redfall just need to come out and be good?
Or
just the best
or they just go complete fuck it mode. Just give $3 billion to Activision Blizzard and just buy all small studios and then do this to Jim.
If I was Xbox, I'd be going down the same path. Just, okay, it's not working. This is not worth the effort. Let's go after everything else. Let's play PlayStation's game before we've been stuck in this loop so long that by the time we come out of it and are ready to buy, there's nothing left to buy.
Except Activision.
Except big
no one can buy it.
That you're probably not going to be allowed to pick up. So, there's still this big what if. If somehow they get it sorted out, well, how does PlayStation clap back? Do they go after publishers? We won't wade into that sort of thing because we've spoken about that side of things in the past. But there's the old Square Enix rumors and all those sorts of things that just kind of sit there on the back burner in the big what if scenario. But we'll see. Any other thoughts on the situation at the moment?
Just stop.
Yeah.
Please. I just wanted to end.
Just stop arguing. You've lost.
Stop.
They don't like it. You've lost. Move on.
Stop this schoolyard shenanigans.
Yeah.
And just do your homework.
Pretty much. Go do some other stuff. Make your first parties that are already
I was
there.
just saying, just make some games. That'd be great. Just make some games that we all forget about it.
Well, what do we got? I guess maybe as we wrap up, what do we got from Xbox this year? So we've got Starfield and Redfall. We've got Forza 5. We've had Minecraft already and Hi-Fi Rush. When you look at it that way, I'm sure there's something else. I'm sure that I'm not thinking of. But when you look at
I don't know about Stalker 2, but we don't know about.
Yeah, but even the exclusivity window on that is 3 months long.
Was there one? I swear there was one more. Probably a big important one too. What was their silly little showcase they had? There was 4 there.
So Redfall was there.
Redfall was there. Forza was there. What was the first one? Not Hi-Fi Rush. There was one before it.
But Hi-Fi Rush was in it, wasn't it? Because that was...
Yeah, that was the second one. There was the first...
Minecraft,
there was the...
Hi-Fi
no, that was
Rush,
Redfall.
Forza, Redfall. Yeah, they're the 4. Xbox exclusive 2023. I'll just double check. Starfield, Redfall, Forza, Stalker 2. But again, that's exclusive for 90 days. Planet of Lana, which is an indie game. Oh, that's it. Thanks,
No, so it was.
fanspace.gg. That's press start maybe. Oh, well, I mean, there's Hellblade, but I don't know at this point whether that's going to come out this year.
We haven't even heard anything from Hellblade for about 2 years, or even 3 years.
Forza Stalker, Arc 2, but that's not exclusive. Replaced, which was indie as well. That's kind of cool. I guess they gave Age of Empires a bit of love early in the piece, but like even those 5, like that, that's a good year. Like if you have 5 good exclusives come out, and admittedly Minecraft is a bit ho-hum, but it'll do fine because it's Minecraft. It's not a bad thing. I'm hearing mixed messaging about The Last Case of Benedict Fox, which was one of the big indies they got around that just came out this week. I haven't actually tried it myself yet, but I'm hearing pretty mixed things. They've obviously got things like Avowed, The Outer Worlds 2, State of Decay 3, and all that sort of stuff in development. Everwild even, God knows where that's at. Indiana Jones. They've got stuff there, and Perfect Dark. They've got stuff there, but it's just, it still feels like it's a long way away. I'm confused to where some of those acquisitions from 2018, which is Hellblade, which is I've forgotten the name of the team, but the team who did We Happy Few. These are all These are all companies they picked up in 2018, and they've done nothing.
We haven't seen anything.
When did State of Decay 2 come out? Because even that, I think,
that was a long time ago.
I think that was before the 2018 acquisition.
That was 2017 or 2016.
It came out May 22, and that announcement happened at E3 of that year. So yeah, they have not put out a game since before Microsoft picked them up. So the only team that's done anything of all those pickups, I'm sure I'm missing someone, but like the only one that's done anything of all those pickups from 2018 is Obsidian, and they did Grounded and
Outer Worlds. Oh no, Outer Worlds was before, yeah.
The really historical based one from last year. The name's escaping me. Awesome game though. Like it was one of the best reviewed games of the year. Obsidian Entertainment.
I'm trying to figure it out. I can't think.
Shit. Yeah, it's not coming to me. Pentiment.
Yes.
Just loaded. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Games. Yeah, Pentiment. So that was the one that came out last year. So like, if it weren't for Obsidian, and if it weren't for what Bethesda is about to do, and we hope that they've kind of got it together, they'd be well and truly fucked. So
it's sort of like Sony had Insomniac, because they're doing not exactly the same. There have been a few other big games.
They really
come out.
They were super important in the beginning because they bought time for everyone else. By delivering Spider-Man and Ratchet, they gave time for Housemarque to do Returnal, for Horizon to come out, for God of War to come out.
God of War.
And then they'll do the same thing with Spider-Man this year, and then you'll start to see Naughty Dog pop up, and you'll start to see all these other games start to, Ghost of Tsushima 2 and whatever else is kind of coming down the pipeline. All these acquisitions that they're clearly, like, they're pretty happy with what the teams are doing, so they thought they'd buy them. So they've managed to. Yeah, Insomniac was huge for them, but just in terms of making sure the launch was good, and now they're okay, and Insomniac can just go about doing their thing as always. Anyway,
their 40-hour weeks.
Yeah, fucking far too good at their own work. We'll wrap things up there, since I don't think we've got anything more to contribute to the actual Xbox Activision side of things.
We'll be talking about it in a couple of months' time, because nothing else is just going to pop up.
Hopefully the next time we talk about it, the deal is either done or the deal is completely dead, and we can just move on from this thing.
Or Steve will come in and say, no, they don't agree with it, or something stupid.
Well, it could be that too.
Or right. David, whatever his name is from... I forgot his name.
Oh, that's right. But we can, we can always enjoy the gym memes in the meantime, the gym clips. Like I tagged you in one.
No.
There's some good shit on the internet at the moment off the back of this. So anyway, we'll wrap things up there. If you enjoyed this episode of Patch, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons are down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live on the channel. That includes Patch, Player 2 Plays, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. Visit the website, player2.net.au, for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news features, links to the podcast series Patch, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary. Make sure to tune into the Redfall coverage that'll begin at 10 a.m. There's going to be a Player 2 Plays, a bit like what myself, Matt, Stephen, and Jess did last year, I think it was, with Dungeons & Dragons when that game came out, where it was a 4-player, like we're all in the same chat, and we did like a proper 4-player P2 Plays. We're recording one of those tomorrow, so that'll be there. There's going to be a review. Matt's like bulldozing his way through that game as fast as he can to try and hit that embargo as well.
Yeah, so he's doing better with Redfall than he is with The Last of Us on PC.
Yeah, he's kind of given up.
He's
Sorry,
gone off the cliff.
PlayStation, but like he got that latest 20 gig patch and still said it was broken. So
On 4 different PCs.
he says he hopes to do something in a few months, but he's going to put it on the back burner and kind of give up for the time being. So sorry, PlayStation Australia. Nice and soon, I hope. When your game is working, he'll be back there and he'll absolutely cover it, because I can already tell that it is bothering him that he can't review this game at the moment, but he just can't review the game. So we're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. Kick a few bucks, lower tiers early access, higher tiers monthly episode exclusives. And finally, there's Twitter. Matto.
Matto_Phil.
Paul James Games for myself. The website's player2au. And until next time, don't go buying any big companies because it won't work out for you. We'll see you later.